Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are enjoying your holidays. So today I want to speak a little bit about T.D Jakes. So yesterday T.D Jakes had his first sermon since the rumors and allegations have started stirring up about him and his relationship with Diddy. And so I watched a sermon yesterday, and it says that, but this is from TSR, it says that Bishop T.D. Jakes speaks out after false claims began circulating online about him. And he says, quote, I will not use this sacred day, this sacred pulpit to address a lie when I have a chance to preach the truth. And then he goes on to address the claim. So I'm thinking, okay, after that, he's double minded, right? And he was also shaking. He was clearly nervous. He was shaking so hard at one point he couldn't pick up his little iPad, Bible. It was a lot going on, right? And also, I felt like he wanted to check the temperature of the room. And in one part of the sermon, he says that, quote, if it all was true, the worst that could happen is I would have to repent. Now, honey, if it's all true, you're gonna have to do more than repent. Okay, he knows this, right? So I guess he's still in his season of swallowing. Swallowing. Have you ever been swallowed? Have you ever been in a season of swallowing? So maybe this is what he's still trying to process. I don't know. And he also claimed that while people were worried about him, he was worried about terrorist attacks because there had been threats made against churches in the South and synagogues, right? He wasn't worried about rumors. And he says, quote, in case they were trying to me, I was trying to protect you, right? So he wants to make it seem like, okay, I'm not worried about the rumors going around. I'm worried about you guys, right? That's all I'm worried about, right? And I found it very interesting because there's a lot of blaspheming going on here. And if you are in a church or if you was raised up in a church like I was, in my opinion, this is the doctrine of demons, right? He is an absolute blasphemer, but yesterday he was clearly nervous, to the point to where he was shaking. Like I said, he got caught up. He didn't know how to handle that. So this thing says Bishop T.D. Jakes gets emotional while addressing recent claims. I know who I am. And I was like, okay. He said, you know who he is. We know who you are now too. You know. And so, yeah, I found it very interesting for him to say that. He also made this was also a part of the article. And something, if you will pay attention to TSR, the Shade Room, you won't find anything derogatory about TD Jakes over there. And I start wondering, I wonder why, right? Well, come to find out that the woman that owns the page that owns the Shade Room, she was once an atheist, right? So now I guess you found Christ again or whatever. So she is now a pastor at the Potter's House in LA, in Los Angeles. And I find that very interesting. So if you go to TSR and you see all these Shade Room comments, or I guess blog posts about TD Jakes, none of them are going to be, um, you know, anything derogatory, not even necessarily derogatory. They're going to be on his behalf, if you will. So that's why that's going on. But shout out to Make It Make Sense for exposing that. And so I found it very interesting. Like I said, he had finally addressed the rumors. His people addressed the rumors. He's denying it, and he thinks that all of this is very disheartening. To witness. The proliferation of numerous deep fake photos. Now it was very interesting when the staff said that they were deep fake photos, because we know for a fact that there are videos circling around the internet of him singing happy birthday to Diddy. He's in many pictures of Diddy with Diddy, so I don't understand how this whole thing is deep fake. And why would anybody have to do anything deep fake towards TD Jakes? It didn't make sense to me. And also, almost 2 years ago, there is a prophetess that prophesied that T.D. Jakes he will be shown for who he is, and this was prophesied 2 years ago. So I'm wondering, is that deep fake? Like, I'm just confused. And like I said, there are many videos like this one online that he is actually at, singing happy birthday at the birthday party. So I don't okay. All right. All right, TD. And if he wasn't nervous, like he would have stood 10 toes down. And I don't understand how you gonna say you're not gonna address something, but then you turn around and address it. He was reading the temperature of the room. See how many. This is cult-like mentality, in my opinion. Like I said, this is demonic doctrine, and it tickles itching ears. Um, and I just don't understand. And then why would you have to? Oh, and also I don't know if I said this earlier, but I looked at the sermon and then I went back to review it again, and it had been edited. So some of the things that he was saying yesterday are actually edited out of the sermon that's up now. And if you go to his channel, you will see what's up now. But if you look at some of these videos, you will see the unedited version. So once again, if he didn't have, I'm trying to figure out why would he edit out him addressing the rumors, right? And so there's also a channel on YouTube by this woman. Her name is MVMO. She does like a podcast sort of channel on. She has a podcast sort of channel, and it's on Spreaker. So last year, she was talking about TD Jakes. A couple of days ago, she did another video talking about TD Jakes, and she said that she wasn't worried about being sued or anything like that. And the reason why she's not worried about being sued or anything like that is because she was actually a member of the Potter House. Her and her mentor, which was much older than her, they helped TD Jakes set up the Potter House when he first moved to Texas. So she was there. She was talking about some of the things that she saw. She also spoke about Sarita Jakes, and there's also a rumor going around that allegedly, not only is TD Jakes bisexual, allegedly, but also Sarita is too. But she didn't mention in the MVMO on her channel, she didn't mention Sarita being bisexual. She did mention that Sarita knew everything that was going on. Basically, that Sarita was, or is the beard in the relationship. She said when TD Jakes met her, that she had already had two sons. And so his two older sons are not his sons. She spoke a little bit about the daughter, one of his daughter, one of them, um, kind of finagled a woman out of her child, saying that she would keep her child while she got herself together. She wouldn't give the little girl back. That same daughter's husband is in jail right now, or was in jail, for being inappropriate with children. We know that he has a son that had been arrested one time for solicitation of, he wanted services from a undercover police officer. He didn't know that police officer obviously was undercover, and so he went to jail for that. There's a lot of stuff going on with this family, and I'm just like, wow, okay, you know. And so I'm trying to think. So it leads you to question that if he is actually a word of, a man of God, why is all of this going on? Why are you Diddy's quote unquote mentor? Why are you so close to this demon, right? And so you really have to watch out in this day and age who it is that you choose to follow. In my opinion, he is the leader of a cult like following, you know, and we see a lot of that going on. And also yesterday, as he was preaching, he was getting into it. People start laying, tithing envelopes, at the foot of him at the altar. And so I bet that he made about $1 million+ yesterday from the people laying all that cash at the altar. Okay. And so by the end of the sermon, he was feeling really good. Now he was nervous, and he wanted to sound repentant, but he's absolutely unrepentant. There's also a video going around about this security guard that was dancing to Beyonce on one of TD Jakes talk show. Honey, he was dancing around. TD Jakes had his hand in his pocket the whole time. His legs were shaking back and forth, just getting into the Beyonce. And at the end of the security guard show, you know, um he did a split, and TD Jakes lost his mind, Chad. He lost his mind. He was real excited. But when it comes to influence and idolatry, that equals the devil doctrine. We know that T.D. Jakes, as well as um, Diddy, has a lot of influence, right? And when it comes to idolatry, I don't know who was worshiping who here, because we heard about all the alleged parties that T.D. Jakes attended. He is very close with people like Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. We've heard a lot about them. There is a lot of blasphemy going on here, y'all, in my opinion. And we just gonna have to wait and see what pops up next. But I really want to bring this to you guys on this day in particular, because it's very, very it's very sketchy, right? To say the least. He's also warned vloggers about spreading these alleged, lies and these alleged, tales and stuff. But when there's evidence out there, all you have to do is, pretty much post the evidence. So I don't think he can stop this train right now. Okay, it ain't gonna stop. And why in the world would you have Tyler Perry lay hands on you, right? Jaguar White kept trying to tell us nobody will believe her. Now everything that she says is coming to fruition, as well as this prophetess right here. She prophesied that he would be exposed, and he's been exposed. Now, before I log off, child. So, shout out to Storm Monroe. I believe I was looking at Storm Monroe, and he found this from the North Carolina Beat. This guy says T.D. Jakes. He has pictures of T.D. Jakes in a pink thong with a peach cobbler in his hand, chest down, and thong up, bottoms up, on top of a motorcycle. And he said he got these photos from one of T.D. Jakes' side chicks, right? So this dark skinned man right here to your right, that's in a picture with this shorter light skinned guy, supposed to be the security guard, that was a side chick, and the dark skinned man is the one that supposedly sent him the information. So he said, so I mean, he talks real slow. It took him forever to get the story out. Like I said, this is alleged. I, I, I'm, 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 I'm kind of on the fence, but anything is possible these days. But honey, when they said he had a peach cobbler and this little security guard, gave him a peach cobbler, and TD Jakes had on a pink thong, on top of a motorcycle, chest down, bottoms up. I said, "Oh my goodness, child." And so also there's this picture going around, and it's supposed to be of TD Jakes, child, dressed up. Was it supposed to be Medea's cousin or something? Now I don't know if I believe this picture. Now it looks like TD Jakes, right? But the teeth aren't right. If you notice, TD Jakes has a really large gap in the front of his mouth, and whoever this is or whatever this is, doesn't. So you just have to take it for what it is, right? But I looked at it really, really close, and the teeth really are different. But I got a good look kiki at it. There are a lot of things, a lot of memes, and a lot of AI generated um pictures floating around the internet, when it comes to Pastor Jakes. But this right here is when he was talking about, have you ever been swallowed? Swallowed. Have you ever been in a season of swallowing? And somebody put on TikTok, he had a flashback from when he was at one of Diddy's parties. I said, "Oh my goodness." But anyway, I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your holiday. Thanks so much for listening to my video. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you absolutely subscribe, if you haven't subscribed to my channel as well as my other channel, please do so. And don't forget to hit the notifications bell so that you will be notified anytime I post another video. So that's all I got. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Once again, happy holidays. I hope you guys have a wonderful, peaceful day. Okay, and stay away from that peach cobbler. All right. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Bye bye. Peace.